Bienvenidos amigos nuevamente a otro video en mi canal, Ｃhiنa Rodríguez. Seguimos viciando aquí el jueguito de Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. En algún momento me va a salir bien, así que nada. Aquí estamos. ¿Cómo anduvieron? ¿Qué ondelia? Che, ¿sabes qué? Me acabo de dar cuenta que no tengo los auriculares. Jojo. Jojo. Así que ahora lo voy a aprender. Dos y media de la tarde. Aquí en Argentina, del día viernes. Y bueno, papá. Acá estamos. Con ganas, Hoy tenía ganas y dije, voy a poner más temprano. Vamos a entrar con más tiempo. A ver si en un día podemos terminar un solo caso. Vamos a ver, porque por ahí, ¿quién te dice, quién te ve? Ahí está. Lo terminamos. Quizás no, quizás se complica, pero bueno, vamos a ver. El misterio ferroviario, que lo empezamos ayer. Ya el otro, el del negro, Willy, Penny, Chucky, ya lo terminamos. Así que vamos a ir con este.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend.
Bueno, esto ya lo había visto ayer, bla bla bla.
Walks, bird watching,
Bueno,
chopping wood.
no se puede adelantar encima.
I mean,
Bueno, nada, se estaban por ir a algún lugar, bla bla bla.
The one we're going to visit.
Y va a caer alguien y le va a decir, ¿sabes qué? O sea, va a caer alguien como importante, ponele.
That must be Mrs. Hudson,
Ponele.
bringing the warm cloth.
Ahí está.
Request.
Ahí llega.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
Mr.
I
Holmes.
have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes. I really think we ought to leave.
Como que cuando estás muy tranquilo en tu día y te cae tu hermano. Ah, Minecraft.
Mycroft. Sherlock.
Sherlock.
Mr. Holmes, perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the
Dios
Diogenes
mío.
Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
Este es medio...
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
detalle.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the crown itself.
Oh,
You must
es
help.
muy raro que el hermano... Como que tienen un amor-odio, ¿viste? Entre ellos.
Need help. Those are not words I
¿Ven?
would readily associate.
No
with
suelen
you.
pedirse ayudas entre
I wrote
ellos.
you a letter, but you did not reply.
Y la carta debe
This
ser la
is
que
not
está
about
pegada con el
It's
cuchillo
about
pegada.
people.
Agarrada arriba
People similar to
de la
those
leña
whom
con el
you
cuchillo.
pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they.
Los dos son muy inteligentes. De hecho,
They.
se
The
comenta
merry men. He is talking about the merry
que
men. A band of idealistic terrorists.
Mycroft es más inteligente que Sherlock.
Do please think about it.
Pero
They are
Sherlock
planning something
como que saltó a la fama.
Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Todo calculado tiene el Sherlock. Crónicas. Ah, Peter el negro. Qué genia. Qué genia. Le acerté con eso. Bueno, a ver. Tengo que ir a hablar con Watson.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
Y...
This is where I keep my post. Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Una semana después. Como que ya le voy encontrando la vuelta al jueguito. El primer video es como que estoy melodeando mucho. Y como puede aburrir un poco. Lo siento. I'm sorry, not sorry.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
Había dos
I'll
personas.
take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase.
Ajá.
But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Es un tren fantasma.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
¿Y dónde van a dormir? A la mañana siguiente, temprano. No como nosotros que nos levantamos tarde. Resolver el misterio del tren. Ok.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Ok. El tren que venía de allá, ¿no? No.
What should we do next, Holmes?
No hay detalles.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Ajá.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual. Railway sleeper. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track.
Claro, pues por ahí a
Nor are
veces
there any other traces.
corren los rieles
There's
y se va para
nothing
otro lado.
whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and
Watson
you're
se quiere ir a la mierda.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Ok.
The whole train just disappeared.
Tenemos que ir... No, ya no, para allá. Correte, Watson. Tenemos que ir a pedir un mapa. Supongo que para ver de dónde... Chao. Watson. Ah, viene atrás. Bueno. Allá. Vamos a ver si este tipo me puede dar algo.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Ay, amigo.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that.
Ah, traía
And to think
gente,
of all the
sí.
poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Vamos a analizarlo. Ah. Pelocano. Buena esa insignia, papá. El empleado del mes. Oh, mirá, tiene barro.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside.
Llévese, tipo, tráemelo, dale, viejo.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Está todo en la office.
See you later, my good man.
Mi vida, good man. La carita del viejo. A ver, el mapa. ¿Es ese? No, este. No, ok. Tickets. Ah, la oficina. Escritorio.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
A ver esto.
Here is the train set.
Línea, ok, tipo, composición en vagón, carona. Pará. Jefe de estación. Ah, pero no dice el nombre. La composición del tren desapareció. Que desapareció era la siguiente. Desapareció todo el tren, básicamente.
A telegraph. A telegraph.
Sí, ya sé que es un telegraph. Eso es para comunicarse, como hacían antiguamente. Bueno, ahora... Carajo. No te voy a preguntar. Disculpe, señor. Sobre cómo esto, vagón especial.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
See you later, my good man.
Averiguar qué transportaba. Estos son como correos. Está la estación, tipo como el hall. No creo que haya nada, así que...
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
I don't know, my friend. I don't know. Ah.
An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive.
Es como el
This
taller.
place serves as a storage area for the station.
Tal cual, Sherlock.
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Allá hay más gente. ¿Y esos? Oh. Ah, como que me estoy yendo. Para ahí esa gente la tengo que entrevistar. Mi vida, el viejo ahí con las cosas. Pará, ay, no me deja ir con... ¿Me tengo que quedar ahí? La puta madre.
The whole train just disappeared.
Bueno, está bien. A ver. Acá tiene que haber algo, por lo menos acá adentro. No.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
Correte, Watson.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual. There are no tracks. They're discarded. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
¿Quién es ese señor Robinson? Ok. Estamos perdidos de nuevo, amigo. No hay nada.
whole train. Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to The whole train just disappeared.
Correte.
Train just disappeared. It's unbelievable. Holmes.
Va.
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Sí, como que no me puedo salir de ahí del mapa, guay. Correte, Watson, qué pesado que sos. ¿Qué es eso? Ah, lo que él ve.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. There are no tracks or foot. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
Entonces... esperen que... Me prendí un coso para... Los mosquitos se me estoy muriendo. Dios mío. Se llenó todo el cuarto de olor. Olor para los mosquitos. Ya está. Bueno, che, la verdad que... No. Todavía no hay ninguna deducción. Que no tengo info tampoco. Ay, 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 ay. Perdón. Localizar un mapa. Ah, falta el mapa. Claro, como para los alrededores, para yo poder seguir. ¿Dónde verga estaba el mapa? Para el viejo lo había dicho. Acá. El que está colgado en la sala de espera. Acá.
This map will be useful.
Al fin, Sherlock. Ok. Ok. Ahora sí creo que podré salir. ¡Ah! Sí, acá se perdió el tren y allá vas para cosa. Ok. ¿Y? Pero amigo, ¿cómo averiguo que transportaba? ¿Tengo que ir acá? ¿O no? O tengo que preguntar al viejo. Ay, mi vida, el caballito.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something.
Ah.
There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Estación de Bridlington.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
Sí, lo tengo afuera, que me está esperando.
See you later, my good man.
Graciela, vamos en carruaje. Cuando crees que todo está perdido. A ver qué. No hay nothing. Bueno, llegamos. El carruaje más rápido de la historia.
The whole train.
Bueno, Watson. Ok, esta es la estación. Vamos a entrar acá. Correte.
Railway post bags.
Acá tiene que haber algo, ¿no? No. Oh. Ah, puerta. No hay ningún papel, nada. Oh, Watson, la concha de tu hermana. Acá hay gente, a ver.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Este se parece al pibe de la nota anterior. Oh. Billete barato y si es pobre. Otro con alianza.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Quedaron ahí varados.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes. I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no
A ver
doubt
los
about it.
tickets.
And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich.
Ah.
Because their type don't need a ticket.
Perfil de los ricachones.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake
Oh,
eyes.
reptilianos, papá.
Goodbye, sir.
Ok, bueno, tengo el perfil de Carly. Ve, mirá, es este, pero es igual a este, boludo. A John Nelligan, pero sin barba. Uno de los ricachones, a ver. Parece, no sé.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please
Flomes.
excuse me. But I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Aguanta, gordo. Mirá. Te voy a analizar. Hasta el pelo de la barba. ¿Qué es esto? Ah. La logia. ¿Eh? ¿Eh?
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have
¿Cómo
nothing
supo
to
que es
hide.
Robinson? Bueno, porque tenía guita, no sé.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention. But I was very optimistic about the directors board who were travelling on the train last night.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course,
Ah, lo hicieron bajar y le robaron el prototipo, me parece.
unfortunately he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed.
Che, si escuchan ruidos es porque tengo una construcción al lado. Están
But despite my
martillando.
requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir. It is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see.
Yo sé.
I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. Cannot believe that it disappeared with
Te la rehicieron, amigo. Te la rehicieron. Los directivos con los que
You mentioned
viajó.
a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company.
Chilena.
I
Ah,
made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train
Qué
and my
raro.
prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chile.
tantos los pobres salieron del tren. Como el chabón que es rico. Entonces no es que solamente saco a los pobres porque los pobres. Ah, se fue. ¿Qué haces agarrado ahí? Este piensa que sacaron porque es pobre. Vamos a hablar con el chabón.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the
Watson está ahí como un 4 de copa. Al pedo.
I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
Para que te quiero analizar primero, amigo. Este. Ropa limpia. Instrucciones. Este es nuevo, boludo. Este de ser chileno.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Muy nerdy,
Passengers disembarking. Did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long?
Claro.
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Mentira. Ay, ¿qué tenía? Jefe, está cerrado.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent.
Aparte tiene el manual en el bolsillo, tipo de las reglas.
You recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Oh, what's...
That is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chester.
Oh, la otra parada.
Next stop along the line.
Están haciendo un ruido terrible, mensaje extraño.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
A ver.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Estación Tren Saloin 035. Dudoso, Ok. A ver. Los chilenos permanecieron en el tren por casualidad. Cuando entraron a la vía... Para mí es esa. Olvídate. No, bueno, todavía no. Todavía tenemos eso suelto. A ver, ¿qué voy a cazar?
This bin is full of empty bottles. The whole train just...
A fishing advertisement.
Estaba medio muertos.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up.
Ah, estaba dormido.
Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please,
Huh.
sir.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Está re en
Good day to
pedo.
you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, está rescabio. Todos tienen la alianza, boludo. Ah, petaca. Ah. Isla de pescar.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No. Nobody, it seems to me. Although
Le estuvo entrando
my
al
office, so
No
al
doubt
whiskacho
you were
toda la noche, ¿eh?
busy.
you don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
The station master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly.
Estaba re en pedo ya y mandó
I
el
was
coso.
tired, but I did my work.
Para ver. La bebecita bebé Jim. Espérate que justo. A ver.
So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Ahí va.
You were not tired, you were inebriated.
Claro.
Tell me the
Amigo, no
truth,
estás
or I
cansado.
shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
Tal cual. A ver, entonces. El jefe no es de fiar. Y telegrama. El tren por la patada. Tenemos seguro. Me voy por eso. Dios, esta gente. Mira picadita que tiene, ¿eh? Chabón mandó.
A telegraph.
A ver. Oh, la clave
I had
Morse.
thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
La bebecita bebé.
A fishing advertisement.
A la sala de espera. Watson se quedó encerrado y sale por el otro lado. A ver. ¿Esta es la sala del chabón? Sí.
Lock. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
Ok. Otra vez la mierda esta. Ahí. Esas cerraduras. ¿Qué carajo? Ah.
Bags were recently dragged here. French wine. A remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them.
¿Pero a quién las va a preguntar? ¿Al borracho?
French wine. Railway post bags. You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, might be easy to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway of one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a good to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
Holmes, how...
Bueno.
A fishing advertisement.
This bin is full of empty bottles.
chabón estuvo siempre... Pero siempre en pedo. Ah. ¿Que no puedo volver al anterior? Esos carruajes que se viajaba re incómodo. Tocándole casi la pierna al otro. Bueno, a ver, espera. ¿Qué onda los chabones que están allá, no? A ver si el viejo sabe algo.
The entire train.
Con el pibe. Porque va a decir, sí, mirá, el chabón estaba re en pedo. No sabemos ni lo que te escribió. What? ¿Qué volvió al mismo lugar? Oh. Ah, no. Pará, Ay, quería, no me acuerdo cuál es cuál yo. Tú y Sabumafu. Con este pibe. Ahí está, guachín. Acá. No.
Don't touch anything, please. Don't touch anything, please.
A telegraph.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
Pero estoy llegando a una casa. Tipo, no me voy a salir del mapa, loco. Ah. Bueno. Ay, a ver. Bueno, vamos a Chesterfield. ¿Tengo más pruebas? No. Todo el pedo. Inspeccionada cuidadosamente. momento, tengo que investigar qué estuvo haciendo el amigo. ¿Qué le molesta que se manden? ¿Cómo que va?
French wine, a remarkable vintage. French wine.
Sí, pero nada más.
French wine, a remarkable.
Vino francés. Ah, acá nunca vine, ¿eh?
Handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights. And heard the whistle.
Ah,
That is it.
no
We
vieron el
didn't see
tren.
the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes...
Claro, no lo
I'm
vieron
confused.
realmente. Le hicieron parecer que era un tren. Ojo, ¿eh? Ah. ¿Puedes creer que justo ahora se me había salido la cosa de los brackets? A ver.
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object
Ah, ok.
here.
Ah, falta esto.
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use.
Bueno. Ahí.
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate.
Bueno, pero pará, boludo, tipo lo estoy... ¿Está bien?
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate. I should use. I should use.
Vamos a hacer así. Para, vamos a poner las ruedas. Ese que va ahí, ¿no? Acá me parece. Ahí. Palanca.
I should use the appropriate.
Bueno. Ahí.
I should use.
Acá creo que va. Y hotels. Acá.
So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Bueno, pero es
Be
algo
patient,
para
Watson, I haven't
claro.
finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle. We need to attach a headlight and a steam whistle. We need...
Un silbato, un silbato. Foco había. Ahí tiene que haber una luz. Ahí está. El foco. Y mira, Watson, cómo te lo armo. El tren.
The long pole is now attached. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here. The steam whistle is ready to be used.
Ah, mira.
Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train
Claro, nunca
that
estuvo en
vanished in front
acción.
of us last night.
No es que
The criminal
desapareció.
mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So, such a thing is possible. If
Malditos
someone went to all the
chilenos.
trouble of creating this fake train, then it
Claro.
was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
Yo también, Watson.
At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us
Pobrecito.
extremely unpopular with our driver.
Pobrecito el driver, más vale que le den buena propina. A ver. Desaparición previa. El tren nunca llegó a Evesham porque nunca existió. O sea, ¿cómo se lo robaron? Bueno. Vamos a casa. ¿Para cómo voy a casa? Ay.
Holmes,
A mis archivos. Necesito ir a casa. A ver qué fue lo último que dijo. Ah, sí, está bien. Ah, bla bla bla. En mis archivos, claro, se tiene que ir a la casa. ¿Por dónde salgo? Vamos por acá. Ah, los tiene acá.
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
No, pará. ¡Pará!
Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is
Se
located
fue para
between
otro lado.
Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
Ok. A ver. Che, me estoy haciendo un pichi. Ay, Dios. Esperen. Que me voy a hacer un pichi porque no hay más. No estoy más. wow, wow. Mr. Holmes. Bueno, volví. El calor que hace, yo no te lo puedo explicar. Ah, no, era de extrema urgencia esto. Sorry, pero ay, Dios. No puedo mantener la puerta abierta un segundo, boludo. Tipo, tuve la puerta cerrada. Uy. ¿Quién es el papá de Luis Miguel?
A funny character. He looks anxious.
Bueno.
And he is not an Englishman. This scent is familiar to me, but in order to...
Yo no tengo para darte ni un peso, pero sí puedo darte 1000 besos. Es un sombrero mexicano esto, me parece. ¿Eh? Ah, esta.
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man. Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turret, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
Oh, sabe la marca. ¿Dónde se fue? Uy. Bueno, estaba diciendo que cuando tiene la puerta cerrada no estaban haciendo ruido, o sea, hicieron un momento.
Newspaper articles on horse racing. Hurdle, steeplechase,
Pero pararon.
racing.
Ahora que la abrí vuelven a hacer
He is
otra
a
vez.
true enthusiast, Holmes.
Una carta.
Newspaper articles.
Carrera de caballos.
A telegraph.
Bueno.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
Estoy cansado de estos chilenos.
Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans
Ah,
and the
esos
Chileans.
canallas. Ah.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that
Uy, Dios, voy a cerrar porque Hace
Some
mucho
of the
ruido.
stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days.
Sí, o lo sumo que sea un fumador compulsivo y pasan 10 minutos y se fuma un montón de pucho. Que eso también puede ser. ¿A dónde se fue este canalla?
Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking.
A ver qué onda este bacho.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station master
Duff.
of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
Este es de otra... Mira esa carita. Ay, no está. Ah, le falta el anillo. Este no es de ahí, A ver.
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map, there should be a quarry here, and behind that, the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life was cheaper. I can't really
¿Y no tenía los trajes de antes? Raro, Pues es la misma empresa, pero lo pasaron.
The train last night.
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph. Just the same as all the other nights.
Este tiene otra tonada, boludo. No, no es de acá el chabón.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Goodbye, sir.
Bye.
It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake.
Vamos a ver la playa. Vamos para la playa.
Beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster station. It doesn't look like a very good place to rest. These traces were made by a carriage. Look. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches. The vehicle pressed this stone into the ground. It would have been quite heavy. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep.
Sí, parece.
These traces are relatively fresh, and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
O sea que algo...
Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped.
¿Qué pasaron por
The
ahí?
lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached. A label with the name Las Zarpas.
O cambiamos al otro... a la otra ubicación.
Holmes, how...
Este es el carruaje.
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Holmes...
Mines. This is interesting.
Se llevó el proyecto.
For someone to redirect the train towards the
Ah, cómo los cagaron estos chilenos, boludo. Ay Dios, este ruedo. Ay, mi Dios. Estoy leyendo.
Mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned.
Estaba leyendo justo. Uno es WhatsApp.
The distance between the tracks is about 4 feet 8 inches. There is a wooden beam lying on the rails. A lightly loaded vehicle came this way. A small vehicle with wooden beams went down this way.
Así estamos todos los días,
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
No
It's
sé.
difficult to follow you, Holmes.
Someone moved these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled.
O sea, hay veces que los tapan a propósito, no es que decís, se vino abajo. Los tapan a propósito. ¡Ay, Dios!
This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside.
Oh.
Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire this package.
¿Dinamita?
Dynamite.
Ah, las minas fueron demolidas. Pará. Las minas se demolieron para esconder el tren. Sí. Para mí que sí. No. No, pensé que podría ser alguno quizás de eso. What? Se cierra sola.
This box must be the safe. Let's open it.
Oh, me encantan estas cosas. La dejaremos ahí. Voy a quedarme por esta. Esta está más complicada, ¿eh? voy a quedar por esto. Ay, Dios. A ver acá. Ahí está. ¡Vamos! No me pregunten cómo abro esas cosas, pero es como que mi mente las entiende y las abro. No me pregunten porque no sé cómo hago. Igual como si la gente me preguntara, ¿no?
The Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
Para todo personal de cabrones wea. Carbones, wea, le pusieron chileno. Informamos que los representantes del grupo tienen libre acceso a partir de la fecha. Bueno, los chilenos se apoderaron de la situación. Usar el telégrafo, ok.
Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who flared our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Sí. Para entonces tenemos que ir a... No era la playa, ay, me equivoqué. Creo que era ahí Doncaster. Para hablar con el mexicano este.
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Chile.
¡Ah! Bigotes mexicanos.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Por el bigote.
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are unveiling vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros. Where did you arrive yesterday? They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them.
Tiene una tonada española el chabón, ¿no?
It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he is...
Le corté la redacción. Usar el telegrama, examinar la estación.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
Dos compañías, la chilena Orcasa y la mexicana Caracal, están interesadas en comprar las minas carbones o el consorcio mexicano. No obstante, el grupo chileno con la sin rencor. La mexicana no va a la mexicana furiosa. Para mí es ese.
This postbag belongs to the station master. The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
Tuyo. El Edward.
Railway postbags.
Está mintiendo Edward. Porque dijo que lo habían... como que lo habían trasladado.
Watson, would you like some tea?
No.
interesting here, I'm afraid.
Para. El ramal que lleva la cantera entre Chesterfield y ella. Creo que no tengo...
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. This ashtray... a greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
¡Ay, Dios! ¿Cómo los quiero matar? Voy a apagar el micrófono.
This
Newspaper article.
a telegraph.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
Dios mío, piensan parar de hacer ruido nunca. Voy a tener que estar así, con el micrófono muteado. Porque si no... pesado.
never get any peace.
Lo mismo que antes. Oh, volví a... Ah, está prendido. Pensé que estaba apagado. Volví a bloquearme. A bloquearme. Che, estaba leyendo que el libro que tenía acá... Mirá. Crime and Punishment. Está leyendo el juego. Se cae el cielo, ¿qué más da?
Real.
Creo que me trabé de nuevo.
It's a scandal.
Bueno.
An absolute outrage.
I will not move from here.
Bueno. Don't touch.
Don't touch anything, please.
A telegraph.
¿Qué puedo buscar aquí? Examina el ramal que lleva a la cantera, o sea, el coso es el símil, el falso tren, entre Chesterfield y Evesham. Examinar el ramal de Evesham. El ramal. Examina la estación de Doncaster en busca de detalles sospechosos y pistas. Ay, Dios. Creo que me trabé. Me he trabado nuevamente, así que dejaré aquí este capítulo 3 del falso tranvía, el tranvía fantasma, y volveré, no sé si a la noche, a retomarlo o mañana es sábado, bueno, veré, pero en estos días seguro que sí. Bueno, llega un momento en el juego como que quizás es muy sencillo, ¿no? Lo que está pasando, pero no, como que no me va el cerebro, no me funciona. Así que bueno, estaré dejando acá. Y nos veremos en otro video del canal.